Buying Treasury notes and bonds at auction versus on the secondary market. What's our preference and what might be the better option for you? Hello, members and super savers. I hope you're healthy and well. Here's what Treasury notes and bond yields look like at the time of this taping. And this is where they were at in January 2022, before the Fed started hiking interest rates. No surprise then that with these increases in yield, quite a few of you in our community have started to look at longer dated Treasury notes and bonds. Here's what we'll be covering in today's video. 1. Why we prefer to buy shorter dated Treasury bills at auction and longer dated Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market. 2. Some considerations to keep in mind when buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market. 3. Could buying on the secondary market be right for you? As usual, here's our front of video disclaimer. For a detailed disclaimer, please refer to the end of this video. Let's dive in now, folks. As many of the Diamond Nest Egg regulars know, we've been buying Treasury bills at auction for various T-bill ladders since the Fed started hiking rates in 2022. If you're new to us, Treasury bills are U.S. government debt with maturities ranging from 4 weeks to 52 weeks. Auctions work best when rates are trending upwards or stable. That's why we're still buying our T-bills at auction, because 1, rates at the shorter end continue to be more or less stable, and 2, we like being able to auto-roll our T-bills upon maturity, which we can't do when we buy our T-bills on the secondary market. But auto-roll is the secondary reason. The primary reason we're still buying our T-bills at auction is because of this overall stability in rates. And this stability or lack thereof is also the primary reason why we have a preference for buying longer dated Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market at this point in time. Because remember, when you buy at auction, you know that you'll be getting the same price as the big banks and brokers who are bidding in that auction. However, you don't exactly know the price you'll be paying or the yield that you'll be getting when you place your order. And in my mind, this can be rather unsettling given the recent volatility in longer dated Treasury yields. Treasury prices, and therefore yields, can swing rather wildly in either direction depending on what economic data is being reported on a particular day or what the Fed has to say at a particular meeting, at least wildly by the standards of U.S. Treasuries, which are usually quite stable. Meaning some auctions go well, some don't. Compare that to buying on the secondary market, where you do know the price you're paying and the yield you'll be getting when you place your order. Particularly important, I think, if you're buying something with a term of 2 years, 5 years, or even 20 years, and not just a few weeks or months. And the certainty in price yield during these uncertain times for Treasury notes and bonds is why we have a preference for buying longer dated Treasuries on the secondary market at this point in time, which is a great segue into the next section of this video. Here are 5 things to remember about secondary market Treasury note and bond purchases. 1. You will typically have to place your purchase order when the bond market is open, which is normally between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. 2. Most of the leading brokers do not charge a fee for secondary market Treasury purchases placed online. However, if you call in to place your order via a human representative, there is generally an additional charge. 3. The minimum purchase quantity is usually $1,000 face value, but in some instances, it may be higher or even significantly higher. And generally, the higher the quantity purchased, the better or lower the price. 4. There is usually accrued interest added to the price of secondary market Treasury note and bond purchases. Take a look at this video here to learn more about what accrued interest is and how it factors into the purchase price. I've linked it in the video description below for easy reference as well. But in a nutshell, accrued interest is the interest that the bond earned after the last interest payment, but before you bought it. So it really belongs to the previous owner. Of course, all interest earned after you bought the bond is yours to keep. Also worth noting is that when interest is paid out on a Treasury note or bond, that interest will go directly to the brokerage or retirement account that you purchased your Treasury note or bond from. Interest on Treasury notes and bonds does not compound. And 5, auto roll is not available for secondary market Treasury purchases, but I'm not sure how relevant this is for Treasury notes and bonds anyway. I assume that there probably aren't so many folks out there who want to set their 2-year Treasury note, or better yet, their 20-year Treasury bond on auto roll. Right. So now that you know a bit more about our preference for buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market in these uncertain times, and these 5 secondary market considerations, let's talk about whether buying on the secondary market might be right for you. As we always say at Diamond Nest Egg, everyone's financial journey is different. Buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market is right for us right now, but is it right for you? Here are 3 questions that may help guide your decision. 1. Do you want to know the exact price and or yield of your Treasury note or bond when you place your order? 2. Are you okay with the 5 secondary market considerations we just walked through? For example, this one here about placing your purchase order when the bond market is open. I know it's not so easy to do for those of you who are generally working or unavailable when the bond market is open. Your work and or life schedule may simply make it infeasible to buy Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market. And question 3, are you more focused on the overall yield to maturity from your investment rather than the regular income stream from interest payments that you would receive every 6 months? Because while you may get an attractive overall yield to maturity by buying secondary market Treasury notes and bonds, currently a good part of that overall return will come from buying the bond at a discount and then getting the full face value or par value back when the bond matures. And the reason for this is that rates were so much lower in recent years and even decades, meaning that the coupons, the regular income stream from interest payments that you would receive every 6 months, these will generally be lower for older Treasury notes and bonds purchased on the secondary market than those for newer issues purchased at auction, and in some cases, significantly lower. As you can see from these 5-year secondary market Treasury notes here maturing in 2028, all the coupons here are in the 1% range versus the coupons on the 5-year Treasury notes from the most recent auctions, which were in the mid to high 4% range. So, in a nutshell, if your primary objective is to receive a regular income stream of high interest payments every 6 months from your Treasury note or bond, then buying on the secondary market may not be the best option for you. But let's assume for the purposes of this illustration that you are more focused on the overall yield to maturity than you are on a regular income stream from interest payments that you would receive every 6 months. Let's assume that you answered yes to all 3 of these questions essentially. If that's the case, then you might want to give some serious thought to buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market, assuming that you are comfortable with buying on the secondary market. Personally, I'm not usually a fan of folks doing things with their money that they're not comfortable with and or that they do not understand. And this question of comfort is a very personal and individual one. I know many of the members and super savers in our community are comfortable with buying at auction because many of you are already doing this with your T-bills. Similarly, I also know that buying on the secondary market is not everyone's cup of tea. First, it's just new, and most new things are a bit uncomfortable. And second, secondary market prices can literally change in a matter of seconds when you're clicking from one screen to another. I really don't like when that happens either. Now, we will be doing more secondary market videos in the near future, but generally speaking, if someone were to answer yes to these 3 questions, but is not comfortable with buying on the secondary market, here's what I would suggest. 1. Stick with buying new issues at auction during weeks when there does not appear to be any major economic reports or Fed meetings being scheduled. Because remember, even though you don't know the price you're paying or the yield you'll be getting when you place a purchase order at auction, you are still getting the best possible price that the big players are also getting based on the market sentiment and expectations at that point in time. 2. Watch our secondary market video tutorials for Treasury notes and bonds when they come out. And 3. If and or when you're ready, buy a small quantity on the secondary market. Test the water, so to say. And if you find at that point in time that buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market is something that you can wrap your mind around, you can always buy more as your comfort level with and understanding of the secondary market grows. So, what's your mind telling you right now? Are you ready to learn more about buying Treasury notes and bonds on the secondary market? Or is your preference to stick to auctions for the time being? Drop us a comment below and let everyone know. All right, members and super savers, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And if you did, I'd love to invite you to continue to support our channel through membership so that we can keep producing one-of-a-kind, objective, sponsorship-free videos for you and for our super saving community. Come for a chat at our next live member Q&A happening now. If you're watching this video when it premiered on Friday, November 17th around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, just click on this link here. Otherwise, take a look at this video to learn more about Diamond Nest Egg membership, or visit our channel page or the join link in the video description below. See you again very soon with more brand new wealth building content for your financial journey.